Learn the lesson. Hi, it's me, Kevin Trice. I don't think I said that last video. I had not done this in a while, but enough about me. Let's talk about what this video is about. This is a good one. Mastering your mistakes. I have a story. I read this. There was a guy, young guy in high school and in elementary school. He was really good at math, really good at science. When he graduated from high school, got a full ride scholarship. There, he got straight A's, got his bachelor's, then he got his master's, then he got his PhD. I don't remember what it was in. Making big bucks. Got married. Beautiful wife, beautiful wife. Had 3 children. Living the life. Had nice cars, nice house, the family picture. And then bad things happened. And he ended up killing his wife, his children, and then killed himself. Turns out they said that he wasn't used to failure. All his life, he had succeeded in pretty much everything. So whether it's his schoolwork, whether it's his relationship, everything, but then there was an economic crisis. And it was the first time he had to deal with the problem, and he didn't know how. A lot of times we view success as the majors, the big things. Sometimes we need to master the... I gotta go, y'all. Sorry. I don't know what he was just talking about, but sounded good from a distance. Hey, can you tell me what you was I'll be like that little thing. I think that's gonna be my intro for main things. I'm just gonna have 2 people. But let's get back to this. Mastering your mistakes. Hey y'all, this is gonna be a good video. This is gonna be a good video. I was just thinking about this in the car. First of all, I'm gonna try to make YouTube videos all the time. The goal is to try to do it every day, but that's not really realistic for me. But mastering your mistakes. Let me go get my paper, I forgot. Number 1. They say it in everything. The first step is denial. You have to admit it. Which is crazy that a lot of people don't admit. They don't see that they were wrong. They just don't see it. I don't even really feel like I should have to really explain this one. If I have to, tell me to leave it in the comments. I'll do a whole video on it. Accepting denial. You have to admit that you were wrong. You don't see that first step. I like a guy named Zig Ziglar. He said 100% of the time, if people don't take the first step, they won't take the rest. You can't do anything until you admit that you were wrong. Period. Point blank. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2, once you figured it out, once you realized that you were in the wrong, you have to get up. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. The problem is that I see, and that I've experienced this a whole bunch. Once you mess up, period, once you fall, right? Once you are at a low point, or mentally, that could be depression, that could be in a relationship, that could be finances, whenever you're like at a low point, right? It's like, is it even worth it for me to, whether it was in school, say it was in school, say you failed a class, you're like, is it even worth it for me to even finish school? I messed up here, probably I'm not gonna be able to do it again. I'm tired. Once you're down, it's so easy to stay down. The problem is you get comfortable, you become stagnant, and you stay there. You can't be at a low place and expect high results. You can't find happiness there, you can't find joy, you can't find peace there, and then yet people just stay there. Learn the lesson. But comfort is definitely a hardship for a lot of people, especially when they fail. It's really hard to get back up after you fall, but you have to. in reality, that's like the first step in my head, but the first step for, you have to admit that you were wrong, like the first step. But the second step, you have to get up. You have to get up. That's the hardest part, because the rough part is once you've been standing and walking along this pathway, you're used to using certain type of muscles just in your legs or things. I'm making this a metaphor. You're just used to using that type of, right here. But once you fall, that's a different type of muscle. That's different movements that you have to do. This sometimes isn't what you're used to. And you're like, can't do it because you haven't had to. That was the problem with that story scenario. He had not experienced failure, so he didn't know how to deal with it. He was programmed to succeed all the time. Once he didn't succeed, virus just went on and said, I can't do it anymore. That's powerful. But let's move on. Number 3. Analyze and calculate how you got there. In a lot of my videos, but this is just my belief. This is my belief. A lot of times we place ourselves in most of these situations, 99% of the time. Sometimes we can't see it, sometimes we don't know, sometimes we just have hope in a certain area. But we've still placed ourselves there, and then we fail, which is crazy. If we placed ourselves in that situation. I did a story about, this is a long time ago. I did a story about how this guy, he was at this pool party. Somebody pushed him in the pool, and to get out of the pool, he had to swim all the way to the other side. The crazy thing is, in the pool, there was alligators, and he had to swim as fast as he could. Before this, somebody said, hey, you think you could outswim the alligators? He was like, oh no, I'm not even that good of a swimmer. But sometimes when you're placed in predicaments, so I don't even know what that word is. You outdo yourself. He didn't even know that he could swim past the alligators, right? I think sometimes mentally we place ourselves in situations that we think that we can't get out of, but we actually can. I hope that works out. If you can, how my mind goes, it just be all over the place. But that's what I think happens sometimes for us. So you need to analyze, you need to calculate, see what you did wrong, see if you can better it, see if you can heighten that skill, see if you don't even need to walk down that path anymore. Say you're just walking, then you fall into a ditch. When you get out the ditch, just make sure you don't walk over the ditch no more. Like, it's really easy for some things. And then there's some situations where if you're walking and then there's a long ditch where you can't just walk around it. Sometimes you need to build something over it. Sometimes you need to create a new characteristic or a character trait. That's what I was trying to say. Or a new skill, or be creative. You just need to do something different, right? Let's go on. Number 4 is, hold on, let me read it. I got it. When you're down, don't try to bring people down with you. I don't know. Everybody does this, right? Say for instance, you have a bad day at work. You're like, oh, forget my boss. I don't like her anyway. First of all, her heels didn't even match. Never mind. So you go home, you with your spouse, you with your girlfriend, you with your kids, and then you mad at them for something that happened at the job. Like, what you don't bring other people into your negative little thing. You see that be making me mad. Give me a second. All right, my bad. I needed to cool off. Okay, what was we was talking about? Oh, don't bring people down with you. Cause first of all, say you negative, then you bring everybody else around you. Now your whole crew negative, and now you're just miserable. Cause even when you try to get out, all your friends just bring you back into the little pit that you shouldn't have been in the first place. But since you brought them down, y'all get what I'm saying. Whew, this ice cream did cool me off though. Hold on. But speaking of, all right, fourth one is it's a good one. Share your mistake. A lot of times, people will mess up, don't tell anybody, which is okay. Sometimes everybody don't need to know your business. But sometimes by helping others, you help yourself. Sometimes just venting it out, expressing to people like, hey, this is what I did, it didn't really work out, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you vent it out yourself and then you help others not make that mistake. And that just gives you some type of, you know what they say? They say the more you give, the more you receive. I wasn't offering y'all my ice cream. Had to put that down. What was I saying? Brain freeze, brain freeze. Oh, share it. Sometimes you have to let it out, right? It's good for you, it's good for the other person, it's just good for energy. It's just good energy whenever you can be honest, trustworthy, and be able to communicate your problems. It's just a good character trait. You don't really have to. It's just a very good character trait. It'll help you as far as mistakes in the long run. All right, number 5, the hardest part, but also the easiest part. Like and subscribe right now. I got you. I'll wait. Hope that was good enough. All right, what was the next one? Oh, easy. Try again. Period. Period. Once you've mastered your mistake, well, you haven't mastered it until when you tried again, it didn't work, right? That's honestly like the best part. Like that's like where you get your, oh, I did it. You know, like it's just that it's like, say for instance, you hooping on somebody and you miss like 8 times, and then the 9th time you got him. You can act like you ain't even did it before. You just hold your hand like that the whole time. Y'all done already finished the game. You done lost the game, but you got that 3-point shot on. You just walk around like this the whole time, right? Going to restaurants. You need something? Nope. I just keep my hand like this. Just sorry. Time to finish this video off. Hey, hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you liked and subscribed, which was step number, I can't remember what. I think I messed up with the steps, but don't worry about it. Just worry about the information that was going on in there. But wasn't that story like, that's a rough one. It was a rough one. I was thinking about that earlier and I was like, man, learn the lesson. I do think that if you haven't failed, then you can't master your mistakes, and as a master of mistakes, I think that you can see where the success will come in, right? If you have all of this land, right, and you just think that all of this land is going to be where all of your best crops grow, you're wrong. Once you figure out what areas aren't good and what areas aren't bad, like you can nurture your success in that area, right? And then it'll blossom just all over the, I think I'm just blabbling now, but go look at my other videos. I have different ranges of things just like this, but just in different areas. A lot of this is just mental wellness. That's what I'm really focused on in my life right now. Mental wellness. Hopefully later on I'll get to physical wellness, financial wellness. I do have some ideas for videos coming up soon, so make sure you do subscribe because I really do want to give y'all some good information. So if you like it, please like it. If you don't, then you can dislike it. It's okay by me. I'm alright. I'm gonna keep making these videos. Thank you. Peace. Problems in my job. Don't know what to do. I know I should be working, but I'm thinking of you. And just when you think this crazy world is gonna bring me down. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I love the way you